So we got another new release here in 2024. This is a new indie one that I've been really excited about over this last 3 months since I heard that it was coming out. But this is from the House of Copperstill. It is Shine Punch, which is kind of like the new release to Watermelon Shine. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So without further ado, let's get it. What's going on, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka FragranceDoud. Thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another first impression of a brand new indie release here in 2024. Before we get into it, I do want to give a little bit of a disclaimer. If you guys are wondering why I might be talking weird, it's because I got hit in the face by a pod garage door looking thing. The latch broke and hit me in the side of the face, so I ended up getting one tooth knocked out and the other one cracked. So I just got back from the dentist and my whole mouth is numb. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. With that said, before we get into this first impression, if you guys could, if you're not already, please subscribe. Also on the way in, hit the like button, comment below. Let me know if you've tried this fragrance, if you got it in, if you've never heard of it and you're interested in it, just please let me know. I appreciate it. So again, about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit less than that, there was a brand new release from the House of Copperstill, which was known for their original release, which I believe is called 71. And they're a house that's based around moonshine, and the fragrance is called Watermelon Shine. These are 50 milliliter bottles. As you can tell, I really like this fragrance. It's based around watermelon moonshine. And while the moonshine isn't very prominent in the fragrance, it's more of like a juicy natural watermelon. It's probably the best watermelon fragrance I've ever smelled. If you like the note of watermelon, it smells like a watermelon Jolly Rancher with a touch of booze. As you get to the dry down, it almost smells like a watermelon root beer because it adds this sassafras. So it's a very good fragrance, especially for the summer. Then about a month or so ago, I heard about this one coming out, and I was like, you know what, I got to pre-order it. It was just officially released on August 1st. I'll put the website and all that in my description if you guys want to go take a look at it. But this is by the House of Copperstill. It is Copperstill Shine Punch. So the box that it comes in, or should I say like the whiskey or the moonshine barrel, this is the one, and it's pretty neat. Nice little wooden barrel, whatnot. And it says Copperstill on the front, and then you pull off the pull tab, and it says Copperstill Shine Punch, just like the other one said Watermelon Shine. And then on the inside, you have the bottle, which fits firmly into place. So I'm actually whenever I saw the picture of this, I thought the fluid would be a little bit darker, but it's actually almost exact to that of Watermelon Shine, just maybe a little bit darker for sure. But yeah, it doesn't really matter about the color. And then this is what the bottles look like. They're 50 milliliters. They have this little round cap, and it's not magnetic or anything like that. And then it says Outlaw Fragrance Shine Punch. So the Watermelon Shine was primed. So let me see if this is primed. Yep. And as you can tell, the atomizers for an indie atomizer, it's actually not too bad. It has a nice little projection, like where why can't I think of the name? Pressurized. I said projection. It has a nice pressurized atomizer, so definitely above average for an atomizer. Nice wide dispersal. Oh, this smells really good. I'm glad I got this. This is what I was looking forward to when I read the note breakdown. So when it comes to indie fragrances, it's not like when I get like a PDM, like an introductory niche or a designer in, I'll go and buy a new release without even looking at the notes just because I'm a reviewer. Well, for an indie, I usually look at the note breakdown first, and this one definitely caught my eye. Even the name Shine Punch, I was like, what? That sounds good. So they give you this little card. And what's intriguing is that while this one had like sassafras and woods and stuff like that, this one seemingly is mostly just fruits. It's Maggie Valley Moonshine, pineapple, black currant, cherry, mandarin orange, lime, bergamot, and green apple. And then this is the little card. It has their little socials on it and stuff. So when you read that note breakdown, you're like, that's fruity, citrus, boozy. That is exactly what you get with this fragrance. And it smells really freaking good if you like that style of fragrance. If you like the style of fragrance that Watermelon Shine was, you could blind buy this. I mean, it still has that same style of DNA. Oh, it definitely has that style of DNA. It's just instead of the watermelon, you're replacing it with this kind of fruit medley with a little bit of a lime squeezed on top. The cherry is the most dominant note, but you could definitely smell the black currant and the apple underneath there. I'm surprised the pineapple. I was really looking for like a pineapple upside down cake or something, but this is almost like a boozy cherry liqueur with like other fruits and citruses underneath, and maybe a little bit of lime squeezed on top. And what I like about this one is it darkens it up just a tad. So it's not a dark fragrance, but while Watermelon Shine, like I said, it's not a boozy fragrance. You would think Watermelon Moonshine, it would be a booze heavy fragrance. You really can't sense too much booze at all. If you actually get more sassafras than booze in that. Well, this one, while the booze isn't like dominating the fragrance as that fruitiness is, the booze is definitely a noticeable factor here. You can notice that Maggie Valley Moonshine, I mean, immediately. And it adds some nice depth and character to the fragrance. And so, but adding that booze, like I said, it almost like darkens it up a bit. It makes the Watermelon Shine definitely a better summer fragrance, while this one, it is more of like a transitional season fragrance where I think you could wear it in any season. You could get away with it and be fine. All right, guys, so we are back and we're at the 35-minute mark of Copperstill Shine Punch. And as I told you, I didn't think it was going to be the type of fragrance to change too much. It really didn't. Just like the Watermelon Shine, it's the type of fragrance that when you spray on the opening, you're like, please don't change. Please don't change. I want that to stay. And then they don't. Well, this is the type of fragrance that you want it to. And so while Shine Punch, that watermelon kept through almost the entire fragrance while it brought in that sassafras and the dry down, this one, as it got to like 10 minutes, I told you that pineapple wasn't too noticeable in the opening. The pineapple started to pull up a bit. While it never became like a dominant part of the fragrance, the opening had more of that, like cherry was the main part of it, with a black currant and a slight lime undertone, maybe a little bit of pineapple. Well, as you started to dry, that booziness started to smoothen out and go a little bit further into the background as you start getting a little bit of apple and some pineapple that become noticeable, but still not overrunning that cherry booziness. But yeah, this is very, very, very nice. Am I going to say that people, at least based on this opening 35 minutes, do I think people are going to like this better than Watermelon Shine? I don't know. I think that this definitely has a nice case for itself to say that it's the best in the line. But for me personally, just based on the opening, Watermelon Shine is just going to edge it out a bit. We are in the middle of summer though. So if you ask me in the spring or in the fall when it's a little bit chillier outside, I think I might prefer this a bit, even though again, it's more of an all season fragrance. The Watermelon Shine is, you just don't find too many watermelon dominant fragrances out there, especially ones that do it right. And in this case, this one does it right, while Shine Punch is definitely giving it a run for its money. I don't find them necessarily redundant to own each other because it's two different styles of fruit, but they are the same style of fragrance. It's just, I think that you could own both of these fragrances and be very happy owning both. Again, wear one during the summer and the other one during the other months of the year. I mean, you can even get away with Watermelon Shine for pretty much any season but winter. But I would just say that it's a great one. I would probably give it an 8.5 while I give Watermelon Shine like a 9. But we're going to have to sit with it. I mean, I'm only 30 minutes in. I will do a full review in a few weeks. But I would say that this fragrance is definitely one of the best releases of the year. I just love that. I like how they actually incorporated more of the moonshine this time. I was hoping for that in the Watermelon Shine, and while that didn't really hit the spot for the boozy tone, it hit the spot for everything else. This one hits that spot for the boozy tone, and it has that kind of like cherry liqueur mixed together with the black currant in the opening, a little bit of lime, and then you get that pineapple and apple. It's a fruity fragrance at its core. There's nothing else going on outside of that boozy tone and maybe a little bit of musk underneath. But yeah, that is Copperstill Shine Punch. Go order a sample. They do have samples, I'm pretty sure, on their website. And yeah, we'll be back with another full review. We're going to try to get the perfumer onto one of my live streams. So let me know in the chat if you guys would be excited for me to do that. And again, I will be back with another one. Thanks so much. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.